That's frustrating. I'm sitting here trying not to lose my mind. Because it just all of a sudden stopped working. I don't understand. I really don't. If this keeps being a problem, I'm not going to be able to stream, I don't think. And that's really annoying, because I thought I'd be able to do that. And that's not even anybody's fault, because this internet is not exactly bad that we have at home. Oh well. Yeah, it's really annoying. Right. You know what? Let's see. Let's see what I can do about this. This barrel. It is not exactly desired, but... I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the Black Ops 6 barrels. And... yeah, this just... I bet you... Yeah, no. You know what? We're gonna take a break from this. I know I didn't even work on that long, but we're gonna take a break from that. Let's take a look at the rest of the variants I can do instead. Because at this point in time, I want to have a good time when I'm trying, you know? Just gotta open up my document of variants. Bruh. Do feel free to show off in the server, of course. be a variant. It doesn't even have to be an attachment for it. And I think that's honestly what I'm just gonna do with that. I don't see a point in... I don't know. What you're hearing is a lot of doubt from me about what I really want to do, and that's just because I, like, can't really figure out the direction I want to take this. Like, I do and don't at the same time. I have a finalized weapons list. What I want to do there, from there, easier said than done. Nah, it's okay. Working on the prismatic variant of that would be horrendous. That's an off-stream process type of thing, because I do it so manually that it would fucking kill somebody's brain. Well, that's fair. What you're doing is more world building for yourself at this point in time. Plus, I recall you talking about the, basically the different tiers of weapons, like the prototype. And then, like, it was what, like there's 3 tiers. Yeah. Aria, yeah. More like the open sandbox type of game part of it. Nothing during this stream so far. That's okay. You know what? Nah, I got an idea. Let's get to work on this thing. Oh, that's right. I can't do that then. Well, shit. So I was planning on doing a variant for the AS-Val, the Valor, that was based on the AMB-17, which is basically like a modern 9x39 integrally suppressed Russian assault rifle. Basically this. That's what this is. I just did a stupid thing and made it a separate gun. You're seeing blunders happen live on stream. Let's go. I really should have figured out a list, like a definitive list of what I wanted to do, but you know what? We're already here. For now, I'm gonna work on variants of the Nightmare then. This is a variant I never uploaded. Oh yeah? And then it ended up becoming a full... Yeah. What song are we listening to? Oh, I don't recognize it. Okay, that's gonna get closed out. Exhaust. Yeah, we're gonna work on something else. We're gonna work on the max level variant. The Torment. Sidetrack is the whole fun part about doing a lot of solo dev stuff, honestly. Or at least in my experience. Again, haven't really done much other than, like, maybe some story, and then some, obviously, as you can see, some of the art. Mostly just art, honestly. I really do gotta properly get into rating. If the stream would let me actually scroll down and not have a heart over the fucking chat. A VKB prototype. Ah. That's unfortunate. Losing, like, not keeping track of files is annoying, and I can and will say it is a killer of progress. Because the first computer that I was working with on Frenzy on, like, it had a bunch of designs and stuff that I never got to finish up, and it eventually blue screened on me, basically. Like, it wouldn't load up properly, I couldn't, like, back up anything on it, so... unfortunately, it's lost to the sands of time. I even got a, one of those hard drive viewer devices, and it wouldn't load up anything on the actual hard drive, so... Thankfully, what I was working on at the time, I was able to just remake it again, which was the GLR, and I think it was like some other rifle, I don't recall. Yeah. I mean, at least it's one singular area that you could possibly be looking for, but it is kind of annoying to have to, like, rummage through the hard drive, basically, to, you know, do all that kind of shit. Why am I don't know why I'm, like, remodeling, quote-unquote, sawed-off grip when I have a perfectly good sawed-off grip right here. Yes, this is a separate gun. No, don't worry about it. It's basically exclusive to other games. Other than the core play. Why? Why not? But then I'm gonna stylize this similar to one of the many designs of the Doom Super Shotgun. Probably not the original because that's just like a boring, like regular ass double barrel shotgun. Yeah, that's the one thing I learned earlier on to not do is name things like meme names. As fun as it is to do, it really does make it easy to get things lost. And especially when you have as vast of a hard drive as you do with as large of files as you do, it would be, respectfully, would be a better idea to not do that kind of stuff for it. But of course, that's you know, a lesson learned type of thing, hopefully. If not, you know, it is what it is. Who made this one, by the way? 303K. Okay. I don't know if I want to do the Eternal Super Shotgun. Oh no, that's the 2016 Super Shotgun. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played any of the modern Doom games. I've only played, like, Doom 1, 2, bit of 64. I've watched gameplay of Doom 3, 2016 in Eternal. Like, I watched a speedrun of 2016, you know, where they clip through all the frickin' map and basically do a bunch of boss fight skips and shit. It's wonderful. Oh. Oh, it is? My fault. Let me know if that's any better. Thank you. I also know Genesis music is kind of whiny as music anyways, so, like, it can be a bit much to listen to anyways, regardless of the volume. This song in particular is from, I believe it's either Sonic 1 or 2. No, it's Sonic 3. My mistake. Jesus. It's fine. My special interests lie not in Sonic anymore, so... This will be a Picatinny-mounted bayonet. No, I will not elaborate. Lol. lowest point of your folder. I mean, at least you found it. You know? It's kind of silly that it was just literally all the way at the bottom, but... You know. Obviously can't be helped now. You found it, so... Let's skip this. This is... There we go. Woo! Yeah. You be like that, gang. Pac-Man World 2 Supremacy. Can we go to Pac-Man World 2 Remake? That would be pretty... That would be pretty epic. That was, like, one of my many good childhood memories with, like, the GameCube. I feel like, honestly, these streams would benefit more from me playing a game rather than doing art. Mostly because I feel like there's at least more happening. Like, this is, like, nice and chill and all that. I'm not gonna say it's not, but... I don't know, I feel like I want more happening, you know? Get all them bullpups in there. Well, I know the VKP is not a bullpup yet. I recall looking at something about you bullpupping something, you know? Screw you, bullpups, you're STG. Yeah, full shooter handguard. Yeah, why not? I'm only gonna be streaming for about another hour, by the way, as long as it doesn't hiccup again. I was only planning on doing a couple hours per stream, at least initially, you know? Because I really gotta get into the groove of this. I feel like I started off the stream just fine, like, in terms of energy, at least. Sorry, this song is just so slapping. I can't help it. I know it's just Sonic the Hedgehog music. It's... Slaps. Surprised nobody else has rejoined or joined the stream in general, but that's okay. It's our first stream. First real stream, I should say. Did the test stream a couple of days ago to make sure everything was working, and it was doing just fine, thankfully. This looks I just realized how silly this looks. Um... Yeah, fuck it. It's not gonna have a proper trigger guard. Who needs trigger guards in the big 2.5, you know? Certainly not me. It's fine, it's a variant. We could just say it's, like, part of the lore that it lost its trigger guard or something like that. This is supposed to be the max level variant. I swear we've listened to this song before. There we go. Yeah, let's hope the Nintendo ninjas don't take down the stream after, or... I mean, if they put ads on it, I don't care as much, because I'm not looking to make money by streaming. I'm just, you know, here to have fun, show off progress, or, you know, actively stream art creation. It's the only fear I have. Go. I saw. Funny that you put it in Gen Chat, but I don't really care as much, because, I mean, the server is gun, so it's all Gucci. Me when the gun server has gun posted. Yep. It's like you do one little adjustment to one gun or something like that, and you're like, well, time to fix up everything. And it's fun most of the time to do it that way, you know? It's like polishing up the good stuff, making sure it's still good. Yes, this trigger will have teeth on it, basically. It's not going to be actual teeth, but, like, sure as hell going to stab you. Yeah, exactly. You're like, dear God, I've improved so much just by doing this one thing one time, and it's irreversible. It's why I've been, like, posting and reposting and doing all the guns over and over again. We basically just listened to this song. Okay. We also... Okay. Sure, I'll let that play. Sorry, I just, like, I'm definitely gonna have to refine this playlist as streams go on and such. Because it is... I basically just ended up downloading a few different game OSTs and slapping them all together into this one playlist, and I think I might need to balance it out a bit more. Maybe get some other video game OSTs in here as well. But, yeah, like I said, definitely with some tweaking and balancing on that. Quake. Perhaps. If you want to put that in the stream suggestions for, like, Quake music specifically, you can go right ahead. I'm not going to say no. especially with the streams. I want a lot of community feedback and stuff, and you know, it's honestly very appreciated. Quake, Doom. I mean, I take a lot of inspiration from Doom anyways. Quake is also a nice series that I haven't played as much of, admittedly, but it is also a good series of games. To be fair, basically my first experiences with the first-person shooter genre were with Halo. I played, what was it, Halo Reach back in 2011 when I got the 360 for the first time. That's what I was playing. And then we got we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, we got Modern Warfare 3. I didn't really play it as often because it was like I didn't know anything about Call of Duty at that time. Now I'm a big COD nerd, and I kind of wish I invested my time in that a little bit more, but I was also 11 at the time, so probably shouldn't have even been playing that. But then, anyways, I got into Reach, and then we got Halo 3. Halo 3 was another really good first-person shooter, but then I started consuming online media and saw stuff about Call of Duty constantly because I was watching stuff about Halo, and, you know, YouTube recommendations would, you know, guide you towards similar content, and first-person shooters at the time were mostly just COD or Halo and such. It's also valid to have never played a COD game, because it's like, once you've played, like, as long as you're playing, like, a newer one, once you've played one, you've played the others. Like, basically anything from Modern Warfare, like, Modern Warfare 2019 onwards, if you've played any of those games, you're gonna kind of get the same experience. The only exception being Black Ops Cold War, and that's because they use the old engine still for that game. But anyways, yeah, I saw a lot of content on Call of Duty, and I was like, well, I'm seeing that Black Ops 2 is the, like, hailed as the best in the campaign, like, as the best in the series, so I figured get that, and I had a wonderful time playing that. And that was back in 2015. That was before Black Ops 3 released, though, so it was like when Advanced Warfare was the main game. I'm going on a COD nerd rant right now because that's what I like to do. You're gonna hear that half the time when I'm streaming, because whether I like it or not, Project Love really has, like, direct inspiration from Call of Duty. And that's just how it is. My yapping. But it is, like, Call of Duty honestly has a soft spot in my heart, mostly because of the zombies. Multiplayer is fine. I can play it, I can deal with it, but, like, the modern games have nothing, like, for me to really, like, want to work for. Closest I've got right now is playing the new Modern Warfare 3 because I want to get a cool camo for guns. Admittedly, because there's a camo glitch that you can do in Warzone right now where you can transfer, you know, any camo to any gun, so I'm thinking of getting that. Working on it just honestly, it gets kind of boring, and I kind of get stuck in my head when I don't have, like, proper motivation to work on this stuff, or at least, like, eyes on it, you know? If at least I have somebody watching, it's like, oh yeah, this is providing some level of entertainment, or, you know, something to people, right? But that's understandable too, to an extent, you know? It took me a while to really feel comfortable even wanting to stream this kind of stuff. Like, I was sitting on this idea for, like, a couple years before I even made the official announcement. Same with, like, doing commissions. Like, I would love to get back into doing commissions because, honestly, I have, like, it motivates me, obviously, to do more art, like asset creation. and also, you know, provide my art to somebody else so that they can use it in whatever projects they're using it for, you know? Of course, if I'm ever gonna somehow use their, like, commission in my stuff, I get their permission first and we work out something. Like, every guest design... But I hate them is funny. Nah, that's understandable. Like, sometimes... I don't want to say their name, but I had this one commissioner that didn't really know what they wanted. So they had me go back and forth like a couple times until I got to a point where it was just like, just tell me exactly what you want and I'll do it. And then they just did that. So, there was another commissioner I had that basically would order a bulk amount of weapons, and it was frustrating because it was just like, you're eating into my time, but at the same time, you know, I'm at least getting paid for it, so it's not like it's for nothing. It's like just, you know, eating into my, like, my own asset, not even asset creation, my own design creation, you know, type of stuff. Because at that time, that's when I got back into the back into this, like, current, like, what I call current era of Project L.U.V, where it's like basically indicated by the double-sided images. Because I didn't used to do this. This was something I did when I got back into it, because I felt like, especially in this current moment when I don't have the skills to do 3D modeling at the moment in time, I feel like this is the next best thing I can do. Of course, 3D modeling is something I do want to really get into, because ultimately that is what is necessary for my projects. But, you know, that is a lot of work and dedication to put into this, and I mean, I'm not in a life situation where I really can do that at that moment, in the moment in time. So, of course, I do love any and all, like art programs or anything that any of you guys suggest for work. That is a sick-ass rifle that you posted, by the way. Finished for a month. What did they want it, like, completely redone? I don't remember, because I do recall seeing that, but I don't remember what exactly, like, you know, like everything behind it. You know, I'm gonna make that a skull. Like a goat skull. Wait, so, okay, did they pay you, or? Because if he paid you and then didn't get back to you, then that's like, I mean, either way, it's concerning. You know, even if he didn't pay you, that's concerning, because it's just like he asked you to do this and you took the time out for him. So he already paid you, but he didn't get back to you about the commission. That is peculiar, to say the least. Yeah, so it's not like you're not contacting him or stealing his money. Like, I trust you enough anyways, Wargate. You seem like a good person. I doubt you would ever do that kind of shit to somebody. That's... I gotta wonder if something happened to that person, you know? Because I don't feel like they would have made such a big, like, a large amount commission just for nothing to happen, you know, like on his end with it, you know? Oh yeah, let's go bioweapons. I need to make more of these. Like, I have one other design in this Hellborn monstrosity style thing. I really did want more Hellborn weapons to take on that kind of form, but it's a lot of effort to do in pixels. Plus, not every, you know, Hell person would likely have a big-ass bioweapon like that. Not instead they get a super shotgun type of thing like this. I feel like that's fair. That seems valid, you know? You put in all that time and effort, and if they're not responding, that's mostly on them. Although I personally would back it up to somewhere. Like some online, like, cloud-based storage service. Just in case he somehow manages to get back to you again on that, like, I say a month later after that happens. But that's just how I am. I tend to hang around and wait for people. And I feel bad because I have made promises about doing certain designs and art and stuff. Like, specifically for you, Wargate, I know I've said about the Hestia and the Apocalypse Onager. Like, I like those designs. I really do. The Hestia, I definitely want to get done at some point. I just don't know why I haven't. I'ma be real. I have no real excuse. I just haven't done it yet. At least in my case, though, it's not like, you know, you're paying for it and I'm not doing it, or, you know, something like that, you know? Yeah. Throw some shade in the description to them, to be honest. That would be kind of funny. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like, you know. Is this the right... Nah, that's not the right color. Okay, let's... So maybe if I do it for this, then. No, that's got to stay some sort of red. Maybe it could be the Bloodwood design that I have for this. I feel like one of these streams... I gotta do some, like, lore drop stuff. You don't care about the Hestia collection. Oh. I personally do enjoy the designs. Like, they are neat, modern-esque. Like, modern to our timeline. Like, reality, basically. Designs. You just snag this. No. Okay. I still want to complete it, you know? Like, the Hephaestus, I had a good time with. And I feel like that's also valid. I'm actively rewriting lore for everything. Like, for reasons why certain gun designs exist and don't exist or something like that. That's just how I am. I typically like to, yeah, like, Cold Blitz is like... Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like the precursor part of the timeline. I still do want to make my AK designs. I understand you don't really care about the AK platform in general, but that's where my interest lies with the firearms of modern day. Like, I know I did the rifle in the SMG. I want to redo that SMG to make it more like an actual SMG and not just basically a fucking Krinkov. The AS-44 is a very... I'm not gonna hold it. It's a very sexy-looking rifle. Considering it is, for all practicality, a precursor to the AK, being another 7.62x39 automatic rifle. It is a beautiful-looking rifle. I understand. Like... I almost considered doing my own AS-44, and I'm almost considering still doing it for specifically the World War II era game that I have within, like, that I have planned. Excuse me if I'm butchering what I'm about to say, the Alchon de Holle. If that's dog shit German, I am very sorry, but at least, you know... It's a concept I've had for a while, where it's basically like an alternate timeline World War II that extended past, like, what our reality has. Like, it went till 48. So, like, you see the AK alongside, like, the STG, the Sturmgewehr, other designs. And it allows me to make cursed designs without it being fully cursed. Because it's just like, you know, this is an alternate reality. You can't tell me what I can and can't do. This spiked thorn, spiked vines. Pattern is almost done. Is that a damn mosquito on my fucking leg? You go fucking crazy, yeah. Hey, do what you want, man. I ain't gonna say no, I'll say that. You have fun with what you want to do, man. Oh, this looks rough. I don't even recall what I used to, like, grab this pattern. Just because I'm self-conscious, did I pronounce that right earlier when I said it? I'm just curious. Nope. Good. Awesome. Wonderful. Good to know. I mean, I don't know much German in general, so, you know, Google gave me words. I'm trusting Google. That's a big mistake, obviously. Honestly, it makes me happy to know that I wasn't saying it right. Not because I want to keep saying it wrong. It's a learning tool, you know? Because I would rather say things right than wrong. Especially if it's in another language. I am a native English speaker, obviously. I'm in America. But I also know Spanish and... to other Spanish speakers, I sound like I have a good accent. I like to think that I'd have, like, an okay accent, and that I could survive, but I am white as a ghost, so... That's just how I am. What are we listening to? What song is this? Bomberman 64. We're gonna go to Poshley Heights instead. Yeah, go right ahead. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to really actually utilize the comp bolter design. I was thinking of trying to update it, but then again, there are a lot of other designs that would be more practical for my stuff. So you are free to go ahead and utilize that if you really want to. Ooh. Really feel so weird listening to this music. Just because this is the, like... I know I was briefly talking about it. This is the Thousand Year Door remake soundtrack rather than the original GameCube version. They updated the... I don't want to swear as much on stream. They updated the hell out of this OST. I'm not going to consider hell a swear, because it do be a place. I may not be Christian, but I do think hell is a place. That is too red. That's too much red. Maybe I make it a blued metal, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let me grab some colors. It's very real in Project L.U.V. It's okay. The reality of things here. I mean, obviously you've seen the different designs that I've posted. Heaven and Hell exist. Purgatory exists. What am I looking for again? Oh. Blued metal color. There we go. I say blued metal. This is like just straight up like a blue metal. This is not blued metal. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I should be able to answer that, right? But my brain wants me to think, oh, cobalt, even though I don't believe cobalt is ever used in actual firearms manufacturing. Not in any serious capacity, anyways. Oh. Lore drop. Eden died. Glad to see, though, that, you know, heaven and hell being a common crossway between the two. I do really want to do more with the purgatory. I just need to figure out, really, what the point of purgatory is in the lore. Because for my lore, I mean, heaven and hell really are just, like, different dimensions. They're not really for, like, obviously they are the different, like, you know, oh, you're gonna go to hell, and you die and you go to hell, but it's also, like, a place where, you know, demons and other hellborn entities just live. They're born there. It's not just the afterlife. Same with heaven, for my lore. It is another place that just exists. God is dead and we killed him. Honestly, that is sick inspiration. Nietzsche is... You know? I like that. I like that that's low-key the origin point of that. Like, in your lore, it just comes from Nietzsche. And not even just in the lore, obviously, it's just a thing, but, you know. The origin of why it's there is the funny part of it. We do have about half an hour left on the stream. I'm saying that this variant's looking pretty good. It's definitely not final, because I do want to put more of, like, the elements on it. Get it? Haha. Okay, Sonic Mania. Cool. Yep. You know what? Yeah, I shouldn't be making these, like, silver or whatever fucking metal I decide. No, should be the same metal. Yeah, that's fair. It's not like you're building up lore for Heaven to, like, have a place within, you know, your story. I do. And, you know, obviously. That's okay. Obviously. Honestly, it would probably just complicate things for your story a lot further. Let's go, canon gay. Happy Pride Month. Honestly, more queer representation is important in other genres. Not just like... Well, I don't need to even elaborate on that, you know? It's just more important in other genres. I myself have a lot of queer characters in my stories, too. That's just... I mean, as somebody who is queer, you know? And that's just the word I use to describe myself. I don't know how other people feel about it, but... calling myself gay is disingenuous because I'm not gay. I'm pansexual. And non-binary. / gender fluid. Etc., etc. You know, there's a whole laundry list of fucking things I identify as. Which is why queer feels like I'm more appropriately. That's funny. I like that. So wait, you're telling me... Okay, I just, like, actually processed what time it is for you right now. It's gonna be almost 2 in the morning for you, right? I'm correct in saying that? You know? I can't... Ugh. 12 hours. And you're planning on failing it, you said? I've been keeping up. I've been reading. I may not respond to everything, but I do be reading. Yeah. Like, I saw the whole explanation. Honestly, it makes sense, like, for what you're trying to get into and what you're doing in college. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to keep going on the path in college that you're on. Although, I'd personally see about a transfer into a different course, but obviously, that's your prerogative. And again, I know you've explained it before in the server, so, you know, you do what you gotta do, man. As long as you know you're gonna be fine, ultimately, you know, do whatever makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting other people in the process, obviously, then, you know, you should be fine. Funny how this sounds exactly the same as the GameCube version, just like with higher quality. Even though it is from the remake OS too. Oh, it changed. Okay, never mind. I spoke too soon. I don't know how much of a nerd you are about Paper Mario, or Mario in general, but that's what I grew up on. Like, those were the games I was playing when I was a wee lad. Yeah, so ultimately it is probably better for you to get out of there then. Yeah, like you're planning on. If it is causing you that much immense stress to your mental, do not stay there. I'm glad you are willing to take the steps to improve your mental health and prioritize that over what could potentially be a higher education, even though it's not like you're, you know, I know you're not trying to necessarily give up entirely on that kind of stuff. You know, I never ended up going to college. I planned on doing it when I got straight out of high school, but I don't know, just something to me about continuing school just did not feel right. Like, I was 18 by the time I would be going into school, but I mean, I wasted my time staying up and playing games instead of doing other shit. It was like that for a solid, I want to say 9 months, and then I ended up getting my first job, which I'm still at to this current day. I don't enjoy it. I don't hate it. It could be worse. It's fast food. I've just been there so long that I've become, you know, so adjusted to it. But you have a much grander life ahead of you. And I see that for you. You have a lot of potential. And preserving your mental is very important in order to achieve those goals. As somebody who doesn't actively preserve their mental, like, some days I do feel like I want to hurt myself or somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. It's always good to go into more practical education type of stuff, because at least then it's not like working with theoretical numbers and all that kind of shit, because I've read up about that kind of stuff where it gets people to a point where they don't even want to, like, I mean, respectfully, they don't want to exist anymore, and then, you know, they just do stuff that they don't mean to do, obviously. theoretical numbers and shit does not exactly seem like the most fun thing to be working on, you know? I'm gonna change the bayonet on this. Yeah, I'm gonna use the tusk, basically, from this. I'm glad you have a plan, though, set for yourself. You are still very young, so you have a lot of time to really, you know, finagle with things, figure it out, what you really want to truly do. And it seems like you figured out your next path. Should be able to finish this up before we have to head off for the night. I mean, I just gotta basically do finishing touches. Let me adjust this a few pixels forward. It sounds about right, honestly. I don't want to listen to Sonic 3D Blast music right now. Bomberman. Yeah, yeah, why not? Hidden Palace Zone of fucking zone that never properly existed. Yay! I love being autistic about Sonic. Happy birthday, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's that blue rat's birthday. His first game was released in, what, 91? If I'm remembering correctly. That's good. You said you were going to start on UE4, right? And then move on to UE5? Or are you going to actually start in UE5 now? Or am I bugging? Gotcha. Yeah, that's, yeah. Honestly, better safe than sorry, like you were talking about. about to complain about a lot of Sonic music, but I downloaded a lot of Sonic music, so I'm not... There we go. Versus Rock Hawk. Let's go. Why do they make his music so farty? Sorry. It's just the instrument they're using, I know. There we go. That was sick as hell. I think... Okay. One final finishing touch. It's just gonna be a goofy little... Goofy little... Yeah, like... Honestly, I still have not fully determined yet, because it's just like, for my brain to think of, like, oh yeah, two guys in a garage who make a design that gets picked up in the military, I think instantly of the classic, like, like the Arctic Warfare series of weapons, which, famously, they were made by two British guys in a fucking shed. Yeah. Like the Arctic Warfare Magnum or the Police or the L96, you know, the many different designs that they have made over the years. Like, that's where my brain goes to, because they obviously famously were a company that wasn't really a full-on company, but ended up getting a military contract, so they had to upscale everything. So, like, my brain is, like, hyper-fixated on maybe doing, like, something like that, where it's another, like, bolt-action system. But... I see that. I see that. I gotcha. Weapon knowledge is widely available, but of course... You can't kill the idea of a firearm. That's so unfortunate, Flare, because I'm going to be ending this stream in like 12 minutes. Welcome, by the way. Basically, I was going to work on a different variant, but I ended up working on this variant instead, because my brain said no today. Holy shit, my laptop is hot, though. I'm not surprised, because, like, streaming, you know. Yeah, this one's pretty much all done. Let's delete that one. Let's do... You get to see the very laborious task of flipping a gun and... beep up, beep up. Currently, the music I have in the background is just video game OSTs. Right now it is Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, specifically the Switch remake that they did like a year or two ago, something like that. I gotta see if there are any unuploaded variants. that I could potentially just show off. They're finalized, but not uploaded. Because I have a few work-in-progress ones, but, you know, I'd have to focus my time on that. You have like an infinite amount of unfinished anything in that. But that's how it is for me too. Oh! I found a couple I didn't upload. I don't think I ever uploaded either of these two to the server, which I absolutely could right now. But these are variants of the Raven pistol. The energy sidearm. Where is it? Yeah, this fucking thing. This was when I was doing the funky Galaxy versions of the Spar 9. Yeah, the G3 PTRD mashup. Oh my god. That sounds sick as fuck, but also insane as hell. For real. To be fair, it is based on, like, this is the Raven again. This is based on an old version of the Raven that I have in my, my gallery still on DeviantArt. Render issues. Very unfortunate. It's always them damn render issues. Oh. Well, okay. This is, like, an attachment set for variant. Yes, it has the flare arms red dot on it, because, once again, the floating eyeball of zooming is sick as fuck, and I need to make it a... Yeah. This was gonna be, like, a horror-themed variant. Like, I was gonna do this for Halloween. I still want to do it, obviously. I still have it in my folders. It's just, you know, something I haven't gotten to yet. Oh, this is one I haven't uploaded either. This is a variant of the combat knife that I have, basically the Tactical Hunter, that's stylized after Link's sword from the original Legend of Zelda, you know, on the NES. I still want to make more variants just like this. Pink gum profile. Yeah, I still need to download the new version of the attachments pack. I forget what it's called. I'm sorry. I still need to download a new version of it though, because I recall you saying there was more added to it. I think I uploaded this one, the long slide variant. Did I? If I didn't, I mean, obviously you guys are seeing it now. Based on the Terminators. No, I didn't. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is based on the Terminators smithing haphazard. Ah! I mean, it's still an update regardless, you know. But this is based on the Terminator's pistol from one of the movies. I don't remember which one because I didn't really watch them, but based on the AMT hardballer with the long slide. And then I know there's some more. At least I think there's more. Oh, you guys want to see a variant that will never properly see the light of day within Project L.U.V? It's a Hello Kitty shaka. It's never going to see the light of day because I know damn well the amount of money that would be needed to license for this, and also I don't think they would allow me to because it's a gun. But I made this when it was actually like closer to the actual 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. It was for a friend of mine. She requested it, and I was just like, fuck it. Oh yeah, I've seen stuff from Rainbow Doggy Unicorn. Do you think they'd like this variant? Oh, I could show you guys another variant that will also never actually see the light of day, but that's only because... Sabotage. Where did I end up putting it? Did I delete it? You know what? No, I have a folder with my scrap content. That's right, I forget. So this is a variant based on somebody else's gun design entirely. Admittedly, I didn't ask them before I made it, but I didn't upload it or put it anywhere beforehand. But this is another variant of the Plesio, the funky AR SMG that I have, because I am simply obsessed with this thing for some reason. I saw the design specifically on Fur Affinity. Oh yeah, the Grossfuss. Wait, that is the Grossfuss, right? I'm not stupid, right? But, yeah, anyways, this variant is based on somebody else's gun design they made for their character, and I didn't ask them beforehand if I could use the design, so that's on me. I didn't upload it anywhere, so it's not like it's, like, available to download or anything. Don't fucking screenshot it, I swear to God. But it's, it's basically that... It's an adaptation of the original design. Let me see if I can find that real quick, actually. Copyright striked. I mean, I could dox myself real quick and say what designs aren't mine, for sure. But anyways, yeah, this is the original design. This was from... Who was it? Mr. Ghost Key on Fur Affinity. The design itself was made by Yuano1. He does gun weapon art commissions. Glad I was confirmed that it was Grossfuss. Thank you. But like I saw that on Yuhano's profile, and I was like, that's a cool gun design. And then I contacted this guy. and he told me, like, nah, I mean, unless it's, like, an adaptation of the gun or something. I'd like to imagine that this is more like it's a skin for a bullet-based weapon, but I'd like to imagine it's like an energy-based weapon, so that you don't have to worry about casings. I mean, judging by the description that they provided on the actual image, when held, the energy from the character surrounds and empowers the weapon. I have to assume it is not a bullet-based weapon. I also have to assume this is a foregrip rather than a magazine. I just made it a magazine. I just made it the magazine, just because of the placement. Frontier Arms SMG. I mean, hey. Destiny. Destiny's got some really cool gun designs, though. They can't fault you for that. Let me see what other designs I have not, like, variants specifically that I've not showcased in the server yet. Oh, this is one, I think. I don't recall uploading this into the server. This is basically based on the original. This is based on the original variant that you provided with the LX2117. I just made it blue as well because I think it looks cool. Not going to prioritize it because it's not a Core 4 weapon, and Core 4 is mostly what I'm worried about right now. But whenever I do get to the other games and shit, then, you know, we'll get there. Aww. I also got rid of these two in the server, mostly because I want to redo them. I'm not exactly, like, happy with the attachment set on them. That's mainly it with those two. Oh, I guess that's it. There ain't too much that I can really work on. Oh yeah. A lot of the extraneous designs that I've worked on, like for variants, are actually from Yuano. Like the yellow jacket. Okay. This is basically going to be the final segment of the stream, because it is now 8:04. I was going to get off at 8. Let me just take a look-see. Oh, I'm going to adapt the tack to UV, by the way. It's just the color fading in and out and shit that I gotta work on, because I work with pixels. I don't really like doing the color fade like that. So you're gonna see that eventually. Oh, yeah, Merciless. This wasn't an adaptation of my design. This was just like an M4 design that he did. I just readapted it back into my stuff. In pixels. I mean, of course, it's gonna be in pixels when we're working in that scale. Duh. I'm saying, like, you don't realize how manually I work with these things. I know I've low-key talked about it, but, like, it's, you know. On design. Retcon designs? What's the fun fact? Caveman mode. Yeah. It's just how I've always done variants, though. Or any pixel art in general. I mean, I've been doing it. The truncator design submission from the Reich. So, like, their specific version of the design, or, like, design overall? Design as a whole? Okay. Is there a specific reason behind it, or did it just, like, not fit in, or... If you don't mind me asking, of course. Doesn't fit the world building anymore. That's understandable. This is another one of Yuano's variants that he made. He based it on the old version of the Tactical 45 I had up on DeviantArt. So, kind of had to revert some of the design changes I did in order to adapt this properly, but not on the base model, but rather for this particular variant design. MP22. It still had the straight mag in it, but I made that the 10mm conversion now, so now it's a 10mm. This, I was surprised to see when he did this one, because it's like, this was very specifically my own design. It was low-key based on some, like, prototype Russian weapons, but, you know, not to, like, a heavy extent. So, seeing, like, some of my stuff directly adapted into a higher resolution render with other design elements was nice. And then this was, like I said, his design that he did for, like, as a commission. This, low-key was a bitch to deal with, only because I had to fully redesign... Not fully redesign, I had to fully design the grenade launching portion, the barrel, the laser, the ACOG. I had to adapt all of that down into my style. That's valid. See, I still feel weird about doing contests anymore, because the last time I tried to do the contests, it was not as successful as I thought it would be. But to be fair, I don't really, like, fully interact on DeviantArt anymore. Like, I just upload and go kind of thing. Alright, well, either way, I'm gonna start winding down the stream. Hopefully you guys that were here did enjoy. I know, Flair, you weren't here for too long. I am sorry about that. Sorry to hear that you were kind of screwed over from coming into the stream, but it is what it is at this point. I'm thinking, like I announced, Tuesdays are going to be my normal day. I don't know exactly if we're always going to do it at 6 o'clock, or if maybe I'll change it to, like, an earlier time, or what have you. But, yeah, this was fun. This is a new experience to have. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the music as well. Again, feel free to make more suggestions in the stream suggestions for music, as well as, like, what to stream. As long as my computer can handle whatever is suggested, I will, of course, consider it. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Y'all take care now. Love ya.